on Coda in the top left-hand spawn position, currently up 2-0. Only needing one game to take first place, $75 and 140 OSC points. Representing Axiom Esports, it is the blue Terran Heart.
And his opponent, down here in the bottom right-hand corner, looking to pile on the aggression with his back up against the wall. One game away from elimination. It is Root Gaming's Red Zerg Hydra.
I feel like that'd be great on a team. This is a red Zerg, this is a blue Zerg. Like, you have designated colors. This is the red Zerg, this is our pink Zerg, you know? Man. Yeah. Looks like Hydra going pool first, just playing a little bit safe here and maybe try to put on some aggression. No gas yet, though.
Yeah, that's what makes it. He might not be being aggressive with this. It's kind of shame.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he may be greedy. But then again, I feel like that's kind of a greedy thing to do when you're down 2 games.
Maybe. I think it's just maybe safe, because if you're Heart right now, the thing is, this is decent for Hydra. If you're Heart right now, this is an okay time to 2-racks. You have 3 games to throw away before you actually lose. And you can definitely, if you've got a 33% win rate with a 2-racks, that's not a very good win rate with a 2-racks. You'd more likely have a bit of a higher one. But you still, like, why not throw one out? Because you've got a decent chance of winning the game right then and there. And Hydra, this hedges his bets against that. And also, the other thing, he can CC first. And Heart has done that. Hydra knows this. Hydra has seen it with the Overlord, I think even before he actually started the Lings. So, having seen the CC first, he can go, right, it is game-winning o'clock. Although, Heart is actually going to finish up the CC before the Lings hit. However, there's no wall-off in the main here. So, things get a bit #dicey with that being the case. And, oh my god, Heart actually needs to get a wall-off here. He's not going to manage it. Hydra is going to ignore the Monk Goose straight up here. I think this is the right decision, because this doesn't give Heart the chance to get the wall-off up. And decent SCV micro, but this is still like 6 Lings. They're going to trade very, very nicely against these SCVs here. And 7 SCVs for 6 Lings is 100% a fantastic trade. This gives Hydra a nice econ lead. He hasn't even sacrificed his tech, really. So this is a very, very good situation for him. His hatchery
7 workers killed, too.
Yeah, his hatchery is up at about the same time as this CC. And yeah, that's the end of Hydra's aggression. He's back to droning, and 27 workers to 14. Nice.
Yeah, and like I was kind of saying with the first game that we saw, what I was originally saying is that I like how he did a little bit of damage, then backed off, and in this case, this is really what he's doing. In the previous game, he committed to it, but I like when you get a little bit of damage and then it's done. You're 7 workers ahead, currently 27 to 18 workers. You know you're a little bit ahead, and you just bank off that for the rest of the game, knowing you're a little bit ahead, and really take it into a mid to late game situation where you just you always slightly have the advantage in the game, and it's going to be really interesting to see what Hydra's going to do from this position. Looks like he is not going for the third base, actually doing Roach Warren. Looks like he's going to do some Roach play. Probably get that double Evo chamber up for a little bit of a defense, and I think it's a good idea. Number 1, against Hellbats 2, which he's lost for the previous 2 games. And number 2, it's something he has not done, so it may not necessarily catch Heart off guard. Heart's a very good player, he's going to have good scouting, but it's going to provide a little bit of a defect of what he's been doing before, and may be what he needs to win. May need what he needs to be able to take 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I mean, I think he's off to a good start for his comeback in this game. The Hellions, though, are going to move up. They probably will kind of poke their way past this queen. If they poke up the ramp, they'll definitely see the Roach Warren and have a good idea about what's coming on. Depends whether Hydra actually starts the 1-1 upgrades or not. You can just get them to be deceptive, or these Evo chambers, I mean. You can get them to be deceptive. There we go, there's 1 upgrades. Or you can just get them for walling off and get like +1 or +1, defense or attack. Usually defense if you're planning on transitioning away from Roach. But yeah, we've got 1-1, we've got Roach speed coming in from Hydra. This is a pretty decent map. This is probably the best of the new maps for Roach timings. It's got a relatively wide ramp into the natural. Both third bases are fairly exposed, fairly big ramps, easy to get a big old wall of roaches up. And yeah, Hydra is actually on good saturation, full saturation on 2 bases. He can pump out roaches for days on end and just be really, really annoying towards Heart with those roaches if he so chooses. I don't believe Heart has... No, he hasn't gone for the armory. So it's just these regular old aliens. Although they do manage to pick off a queen. A little bit sloppy. I guess, I don't know if Hydra wants to hide his roaches. I'm pretty sure Hart hasn't seen them. Hart doesn't know about these roaches yet. Now he knows.
And interestingly enough, from Hart also, he has gone up to this 6 Hellion count, and he does have the medevac, but he hasn't really put a reactor or anything on the starport. He hasn't really put much on the starport yet. So he is going bio, but he's not quite really chosen exactly what he wants to do. He's still kind of fiddling around with it now. He will be going in with these 4 Hellions. There's no armory, though, so this is not a Hellbat drop. It looks like there's going to be enough roaches here to find, but actually, ooh, Hydra may move him out of position. Doesn't look like it for so far. But in the middle of the map, there is 3-4 roaches kind of starting to pile up, and they may start to push Hart. Hart is on 2 bases at the moment. 3rd base is on the way, though, and a decent wall. Looks like starting to get some more Barracks economy up, though, in the previous games when he's done so well.
Yeah.
Go ahead, my internet's going out.
No, that's okay. Yeah, you've been a little choppy occasionally, I have to say, but it doesn't matter too much. The second bunk for Hart is great. He knows what's coming at him. He's seen the roaches. Hydra and Hart have played a decent amount. Maybe they know each other. Actually, he just cancelled. Oh, no, he didn't. I don't know where the sea tank went. I just kind of popped out somewhere. But yeah, sea tank's finished up. This is a good positioning for the sea tank as well. It's not even like close enough that the roaches can really fire up at it from the high ground with vision. But I'm not sure if Hydra is actually going to try to push up here. He might like go up here, see the tank, and back off again. Oh no, he's actually going to commit fully to it, taking a lot of damage from that sea tank. But if he gets up into the natural here, he's actually going to be out of range of the sea tank. That's the disadvantage of this spot. The second bunker is going to go down. Hydra is still taking damage from the sea tank for now, but he's actually moving forwards. He's moving up this ramp. The army supply, he's actually going to get on top of the tank from the low ground. And so the big linchpin of the defense now for Hart has fallen. But Hydra can bust down this reactor. He can make his way up in the main base. The Overseer is gone, so Widowmines are going to be a bit more effective. But this tank, it needs to be surrounded by the SCVs. They're trying to go. They're going to try and get the repair on it. Actually, just attack these roaches. But 22 SCVs already gone down for Hydra, and he is demolishing the main base. GG.
GG.
It's the comeback.
Hydra takes game 3.